Hey everybody, I'm Logan Alec. I'm a CPA on Choice Tax Relief. You know, one of the things we do at Choice Tax Relief, in addition to representing folks with significant back tax debt, another big part of what we do at Choice Tax Relief is we get folks who have gotten behind on filing their taxes for several years. We discreetly get them back into compliance with the IRS and the state, okay? And that's the nature of today's question from an anonymous user. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. You can see the whole story on your screen. But basically, this individual had not filed taxes in 7 years. They got a notice from the IRS listing, the outstanding years. They took this notice to a CPA. The CPA said, let's just file the last 6 years. CPA did that. Now that that's done, this anonymous user is wondering, well, what about those other, that other year or two? And the user can't remember if the CPA did 5 or 6 years. But now they're wondering, hey, the CPA didn't do all the years indicated in this notice. Should they go back then and now do the years that weren't done by the CPA? And this individual, it sounds like the CPA didn't explain why they only did, 5 or 6 years. Well, I'm going to explain to you why, okay? And I'm guessing it was 6 years, anonymous user. The reason is because the IRS has a policy statement 5-133, that says in general, this is not to say 100% of the time, but in general, the IRS will not pursue delinquency cases when it comes to delinquent tax returns for more than 6 years, okay? They can go further back than 6 years. We have clients who come to us, they got a letter from an RO, the RO got their manager's approval to go back beyond 6 years and demand return from 7 or 8 years ago, 9 years ago, whatever. But in general, you're considered in compliance with the IRS if you have filed your last 6 years of returns, okay? To the extent all the returns in the last 6 years were required. And so it seems that is what this CPA was relying on here, that policy statement 5-133. And I wish you would have explained it to you. I really do. Because, that is not law. That is not statute. That is not that's not even a regulation or anything. That is simply the IRS's current policy, and that policy could change at any time in the future. It could change. The next IRS commissioner could just come out and say, hey, we're going to change this policy. Now, we're not going to have this 6-year rule anymore. You got to file all your delinquent returns if you want to be considered in compliance, okay? They could come out and do something like that. But for right now, that's the IRS's procedure. And you can rely on that, okay? You can rely on that. You can, let's say we've never seen an instance of the IRS going after somebody criminally for years beyond the 6 years when in good faith they had relied on the 6-year rule that the IRS has. But it's not without risk. What's the risk? The risk is, look, the IRS could change its policy at any time. And when it does, even if it's 50 years from now, the IRS could then theoretically go back, do a substitute for return for you, an SFR. If you don't know what an SFR is, look at my video at SFR. It's linked at the top of the screen. Assess your tax liability for those older years with penalties and like 50 years of interest, right? That's the risk. Do I think they're going to do that? No, that would be hugely unpopular, right? Hugely unpopular. Because so many people and professionals are currently relying on this 6-year rule, IRS policy statement 5-133. So I don't think that'll ever happen, but it is within the realm of possibility, okay? Now, practically speaking, here at Choice Tax Relief, what we do is we explain this to our clients who are more than 6 years behind on filing their taxes, and basically leave it up to them, right? We leave it up to them. We explain the rule and we leave it up to them, right? It's like we don't, there's at the present time, there doesn't seem to be a reason to file the years beyond 6 years. It would actually create more of a liability for you potentially. However, the IRS could, change this policy in the future and then come back and demand those years in the future. Vast majority of our clients who are delinquent for more than 6 years opt to just file the last 6 years of returns, okay? So, frankly, we probably would have done the same thing that your CPA did, anonymous user, but we would have explained these rules to you like I am now so that you can make an informed decision about how you want to approach this. Do you want that ultimate peace of mind, right? That the IRS can't come back after you in 50 years and and try to assess a tax for you from these old unfiled years? Or do you kind of just want to rely on that 6-year rule, possibly looking at a lower tax bill ultimately, right? And go that route. So yeah, we like to leave it up to our clients. We like to educate our clients and kind of explain the rules to them, and leave it up to them, because this is really up to each individual's risk tolerance of, of whether they want that kind of ultimate peace of mind, so to speak, or whether they're willing to kind of rely on the policy statement. So anyway, great question. Hope this kind of clears some things up for you, anonymous user. And folks, if you have multiple years unfiled tax returns, you qualify for a free consultation with us here at Choice Tax Relief. Yes, you do. Just give us a call, 866-8000-TAX. That's 866-8000-829. Or you can go to choicetaxrelief.com and fill out the form on the website. We will reach out to you. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.